Hey everybody, I have a wonderful and special guest. Jess Lizama is here, and we are going to talk about identity and identity crisis. So like I said, I have Jess here to talk with me a little bit about identity and going through an identity crisis.
Yeah, hey guys, what's up? I am a mom and a YouTuber, and we're just talking about like how do you introduce yourself to someone and how do you label yourself and what do you identify with, and then that got us on this topic. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, and I think it's important because there's a lot of different ways we can identify. And a lot of people, like even on the top of their Instagram feed, it'll be like wife, mother,
blogger, YouTuber.
Yeah, you know, makeup addict, blah, 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 whatever we say about ourselves, right? And I think that it's important to understand what it is that we're labeling ourselves as and why. And do we even like that label?
Yeah.
And what if it changes?
I like that what if it changes bit, because I feel like sometimes as a mother or as a parent, you identify yourself often just as being that. You know, I'm a mom. I'm just a mom. And then people box you into that, and then you find yourself boxing yourself into that label. And what falls under that label of to-dos, like I'm a mom, I can't show my cleave, and I'm a mom, I can't go out drinking. Right, and I don't think that's right.
Yeah, you should be able to hold dual identities and not feel like they're so conflicting. And I wonder, like, part of me thinks that might have to do with our time.
Yeah.
Because we can bring home the bacon and do it ourselves, and we can be single moms, and we can make it work, and it doesn't have to be the traditional role, and it hasn't had to be that way for a while, but that can mean I want to go out with my girlfriends and dance and have a good time.
Right.
But then I'm going to come home and be a mother, and I'm going to show up to their soccer game.
And that's okay.
Yeah, because I can do both things.
Right.
Being a mom doesn't mean I can't show my cleavage if I want to.
Absolutely.
I'm still a woman and still a person.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still, and you know, it's funny that you say that because my friend Linz and I were just talking the other day, and she was watching this podcast, and I can't remember what it was called, but the woman on it was talking about being the president of everything, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to put president on my Instagram, because she's like, I am tired of being the president of the laundry, and I'm tired of being president of dinner, and president of where are my keys, and president of taking care of the kids, and I was like, oh, that kind of talked to my soul. I'm the president.
You are.
But yeah, it's like that thing where what do you identify yourself with, and why is it that you chose that thing? And I feel like it could be multiple things.
Totally. And they can all work together, and we can decide to identify as one thing more at one time than another.
So when do you think that kind of identifying with something and putting a label on yourself becomes an unhealthy thing? Or how does it become unhealthy? Or why would it be unhealthy?
Yeah, I think when you start making decisions based on that label and feeling, I think if you ever feel, to take it like a step further, if you ever feel that it's getting in the way of you doing something you want.
Oh my God, Katie, you're talking to my heart right now.
Because like if I want to dress sexily, but I'm a mom, so I can't.
Right.
But I want to. Then we have a conflict.
My conflict is I'm a mom, I'm a YouTuber. I kind of talk like a sailor in real life.
Oh, me too.
But on my YouTube, I have to bleep out all the words, and then I'll like do shits and dams, but anything beyond that, I'm like, ooh, bleep, or I won't even, I'll just edit it right on out.
Say fuck on this channel.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Fuck yeah. That's great. Because I feel like, who made that bad? And honestly, I also hate censoring myself for other people's children, only because you should be doing that for them, not I shouldn't have to do that. So then the identity thing comes into play then too, because I'm like, I'm a mom. I should be like, I shouldn't be cussing so much.
Yeah, like, not okay.
Right, not okay. But it's okay.
It is okay. And everybody's different. Like, that's the thing. What's okay for you is okay for you. And that goes into, like, that's a whole other video.
Self-expression.
About passing judgment. And so I myself don't have children, but I would say that, you know, my 20s were a really formidable time for me, and it helped me figure out who I was. And I'd say those are the years when I actually started labeling and identifying as certain things. Like, am I a psych student? Am I a therapist? Am I a girlfriend? Am I a wife? What's happening? And that time, I think, really helped me figure out who I was and also gauge, like, what's okay and what's not okay.
Right. And for me, as you're going through that, imagine me even younger, and I'm raising a child. So for me, I was like trying to find myself, but also totally throwing myself into this other person trying to raise them. So now that she's 18, anytime she talks about going to another college that's away from me, even 20 minutes, like she wants to go to San Francisco Art Institute. Why? Very cool, though. Leave me after all I've done for her. I get anxiety, so I found the only way that I can deal with that is try to really feel out what I want to do in life outside of being a mom. You know, I'm also a fiance, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a blogger. But like, what else am I? Those are just things that I do. Like, what makes me happy?
Yeah, and I think that's an interesting, I like that phrase. Like, these are just things that I do.
Yeah.
And I myself struggle with that, not labeling myself just by things I do.
Right.
You know, because I just feel like we spend so much time doing that. Like, I spend so much time in school, and we spend so much time like working on our channels and all of that comes along with it. And those are, for all intents and purposes, jobs and things we do. It's not who I am all the time.
Right.
It's totally normal to wonder who the hell you are at different points.
I'm still wondering.
I wonder every day. But I think it's important my first tip, I guess, would be kind of off of what Jess said, is finding new hobbies.
Yeah.
Or getting back in touch with old ones.
Right.
Because being a mom or being a student or being whatever can be a full-time thing.
Right, and you kind of lose yourself in that identity. So to identify yourself with something else, especially a passion that makes you really happy, then really kind of broadens who it is that you think you are. Yeah. And I'm doing that right now. Like in my head, I'm like, oh, what do I like to do? Yeah. I'm a good listener. I like music. I shouldn't sing. Like all of these things. I'm a singer.
But like, what do I enjoy?
What do I enjoy?
And I think that's the same even with people who are going through divorce or loss of a relationship. Like oftentimes you could put so much into a relationship, which I would caution you to notice if you're doing,
right.
And reinvesting in yourself. And I think that's one of the things. It's just like putting more time into you. And along the lines of trying to define who we are and what we're about, I think that for parents who are going through what we call like empty nest syndrome, which, and it's not a clinical thing, but it is something that people experience and you feel. Right. And you can have a lot of anxiety and depression and even extreme concern over like, oh my God, did I prepare them enough for life? Like shit. Ah.
Me. Yeah. It's an emotional thing.
Yes, totally. And we can feel completely overwhelmed. And something that I always recommend is keeping in touch with your child. Just because they're moving away doesn't mean we can't Skype or FaceTime or text or visit.
Right, but like a healthy amount, right?
Yes.
Like I shouldn't go to college and enroll with her.
No.
Because that's legitimately where my head goes. I'm like, should I get my master's? I could probably do that.
I should go back. That would be great.
I would love to go back to school and be a full-time student. Like, that's...
Too.
Parents, lacks up.
Yeah. It's a little like, okay. And knowing that we're going to feel uncomfortable for a bit because it's an adjustment.
Right.
She's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel uncomfortable.
That's a big one. It's an adjustment.
Yeah.
Life is just a big old adjustment.
Yeah, totally. And that kind of rolls into another one, and it's good that you're even here, is talking about it.
Yes.
So have you been talking about it?
I really haven't. I mean, I'll talk about it, but then I'll like joke about it. I'm really good at also covering up the way that I feel with like making people laugh, because then I'm like, oh, okay, good. The attention is off of how badly I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. So I've joked about it very passively, but I've never actually talked about it. She knows what my concerns are, and I totally feel like 100% I didn't prepare her enough.
We all have our issues. Like, it's normal to feel like we're all messed up. And that's frankly just because we're doing the best we can at the time. Yeah. And we're all growing and changing. I think that's my overall message in this video, is like understanding that we all grow and change, and what we feel is going to be right is going to change, whether sometimes it's within our control and something we do, or it's
outside of our control.
Exactly. So are there any other tips, things that you've done to help with this at all, or are you really having a hard time?
I feel like I am having a hard time, but I feel like that if I could give 3 tips, and maybe you can kind of talk about these too, is that 1, like you said, kind of redefine who you think you are and dive back into your passions and things outside of what just that you do. Yeah. 2, keeping in contact with your child, or if those are specifically for you parents out there. And 3, just being okay with knowing that it's going to be sluggy and sludgy and it's going to be confusing. And I think just for me, finding the balance in all of that is helping me a ton. Yeah. 'Cause it's either I feel really crazy or I feel really alone. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the middle ground is there. That doesn't sound very sane. But somewhere in the middle is where I need to find.
Yeah, and I think it might be having a few bad moments, but being able, like, not long after there, to recognize that it's okay, right, and know that it will go away. Maybe that's the middle ground.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
There's hope.
There is hope. Another thing to do if your child is moving out is invest in your relationship. If you have a spouse or a loved one, like, that's another good thing to do, and another way to reconnect, because a lot of parents will feel like they spent all their time on their child.
Right.
And so just keeping that in mind, but know that transitions are hard. They're not supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
And it's completely okay and normal to feel all over the place for a
Yes.
while. So let us know in the comments if there's anything that's worked for you. Are there tips and tricks that we've missed? Because there are probably a lot more. And I know many of you have already survived this and know that it's okay to feel all sorts of things. So let us know. Give it a thumbs up if you like this. And don't forget to check our video out that we did on Jess's channel and go over there and subscribe. I'll put the links in the description, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.